J Love, come from Grand Rapids, Michigan, 35 years old. I started experiencing hair loss when I was 19 years old. Initially, I started covering it up by wearing hats. I used to go to females' house and I wouldn't take my hat off. It's like I shower in a hat. I even had a shower cap. I wanted no one to see me with my hat off because you would always get the big-eyed reaction when everybody looks back and it's like, yeah, I know what you're looking at. You're looking at the receding hairline. It definitely affected my confidence and still affects my confidence. Being bald has held me back from everything. It's definitely destroyed the way I feel about myself, the way I think other people feel about me, and it's just like, it just seems like something that just holds you back, right? I really didn't do anything for the problem other than shave every day. And I was always hoping that there would be a solution that came out that would really provide the answers outside of the hair transplants and things like that, because the toupees and all those things just weren't an option for me, right? I found out about full scalp micropigmentation when I was looking at YouTube one day. I started looking at the results, I was looking at the testimonials, and it was like, you know what, this is something I really can do. This is a realistic solution for hair loss that would really provide the illusion, or at least give you that confidence back to say, hey, I have that frame on my face. When I came and I met with Joe, it was like, hey, what do you know about hair loss? And he was like, well, I have the procedure. I couldn't even tell because it looked so realistic. And it was like, you know what, this is something I definitely can entertain because this would make me feel like myself again. And you know, when I talked to my family and my friends about it, everyone was like, how do you know you'll like it? My answer to that was very simple. I know what I look like when I had hair, and I know what I look like after hair loss. Everyone's like, no, you know, I like the way you look, but I need to like the way I look, right? And that's kind of how I took it. I think this procedure will give me the much needed confidence just in myself. I'm hoping that's what this will give to me, just to give me that wow factor back. I'm hoping that after the first session, I feel like, hey, this is a great choice, right? Because a part of me is back. I remember when I was having a conversation with Joe and he told me how he felt after the first session and he called his wife. I'm hoping that when I walk out here, I can look in the mirror and say, hey, I want to call my wife and say, this was the best decision I've ever made. But I'm confident after seeing the results from other people that this will definitely be a decision that I won't regret. When I stood up after the first half and the hairline was kind of designed and laid out, I seen myself for the first time in 16 years. That feeling is something you can't describe, right? It's like at that point now, everyone needs to see this. Everyone needs to feel this. And if there's anyone out there that has experienced it, I now have to be that beacon of light to say, hey, this is a realistic solution. And that feeling just can't be replaced. You can't express the excitement you get when you look in the mirror. And after you get it done, you're watching a movie with your wife or your girlfriend, or you're just at home chilling. And when you go to the bathroom, you look in the mirror and your hairline's back and you get excited. Every time you see it again, it's like you want to run back to the mirror just to say, hey, I'm there. Out of the entire procedure, there was nothing that I regret. There was nothing that happened that I could say you shouldn't do it. It's just overall a positive experience. You feel like you forge a bond with those that are there to see you through that transition, right? Once you go through the process, they're there to say, hey, it looks good. And it feels good as a person when people are here saying, hey, I've been there and now you're at the finish line and you feel good about yourself and others are complimenting that, right? And that helps just like to reassure you to say, you know what, this was the right decision because everyone can see it. I can say that out of everything that I've ever done in life, this was probably one of the most important things that I've ever done because it was a choice that I made to get a piece of myself back. And the advice that I could give to anyone, if you look in the mirror and you don't like something, change it. This was a first step to that, to say, hey, you know, this is a problem that I had, that I identified within myself, because it's self-esteem. This is the one thing that this does, is restore self-esteem. They're not giving hairlines back, they're giving you your confidence back, and that there is priceless. So if you're watching this video right now and you're down about yourself, if you're depressed, if you're stuck under that hat, reach out to Joe, reach out to the staff at Full Micropigmentation, and I promise you, this is something that will change your life.